Alright, welcome in. Hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're new here, welcome. So, this is a review for the first season of the Book of Boba Fett, a Star Wars Disney Plus spin-off series. The first episode was released December 29, 2021. And last episode was February 9, 2022. And here's the cast. Alright, so there's not really a plot to this. If you have seen The Mandalorian, or if you have been a big fan of Star Wars, you probably know a little bit about them. But this is pretty much a spin-off off of the Mandalorian TV series. And this is telling his story and then what happened after the season 2 of Mandalorian when he came in, and what happened in between and before. So as that being said, normally I don't do this, but this is going to be a spoiler review. So click off now, come back later after you watched all 7 episodes, and I'll give you a minute to do that. Alright, if you're still here, here is the review for this. So definitely a whole new tone when it comes than The Mandalorian. A lot more serious and a ton of more action with only a tiny amount of comedy slipped in. Wouldn't say tiny, actually, to correct myself, but a good amount, or a decent amount compared to The Mandalorian, where it was more kind of a more action but with fun to it. This is more of a seriousness kind of mobster type of thing. Mando was more of a badass with lighthearted, playful character in The Mandalorian. Boba Fett was way more of a badass killer that was more straight business in this. So that's the difference between that. Definitely love there was way more story to this and barely any fillers, with exceptions of episode 5 and episode 6. They filled in most of the plot holes from his story, Boba Fett's, obviously, from season 2 of The Mandalorian, like I said in the beginning. I will say, as cool as the cyberpunk female gang member was, but I really felt the whole thing of the whole style of them, not that there were half robot, half human, kind of people junkies type of things that are, you know, adding stuff to their to make them stronger and stuff, and also the hurt. But just the style overall, including the bikes and stuff, was not a fan of it. To me, in my opinion, it did not feel like Star Wars. It felt like it was just thrown in there. And there was a couple of other episodes of that with them. As much as I enjoyed Mando's episode 5 and 6, I really wish they would have just sticked with Boba Fett's story. Put these 2 episodes, or not the whole episodes, but the minority of 5 and 6 in season 3 of The Mandalorian, in my opinion. I get they were trying to build up his story and kind of put little plot holes in there, or fix a little tiny flaws like a spaceship and stuff. But I think they could have done that without doing a whole episode like they did, especially with number 5. Don't get me wrong, I actually enjoyed every minute of it. To be honest, episode 6 now, it was really impressed me with Luke and Grogu. What I wanted more from under Disney in the 3 movies. I personally did not like them. I hated them. I have not seen the 3rd one, to be honest, because after The Last Jedi, I was just fed up. It took me a bunch of tries to get through the Force Awakens. I just flat out didn't like it. I thought, in my opinion, they're cringy. They're cringy. They don't have the love like this episode does. This episode with Luke Skywalker, which by the way, the CGI is great with this, but it just felt like a Star Wars movie. It felt like all the first 6 Star Wars films. It didn't feel kind of like forced comical. It didn't feel like, you know, I was mostly holding on to with the comical compared to where this has a little bit in it. Mandalorian Season 1 is what got me wanting to have hope and going into this back into Star Wars as a big Star Wars fan. I grew up with Star Wars. Yeah, they definitely upped the quality of the CGI for the series. I see what people are talking about with how real looking Luke's face looks to young Mark this time around. As you may have seen my review for Mandalorian Season 2. I flat out did not like that, but one of the reasons I didn't like it was how horrible Luke Skywalker's CGI face was in the last episode. This was like, you pretty much couldn't tell that wasn't Mark, what's his face? I did read in the casting that his name was on there, but I'm wondering if, because I've always been confused even on the last one, is if he's just doing the voiceover, or if he's a standalone actor in this particular one compared to the last one, because I know someone else did him, but they just did his younger CG face on him, or if it was just in production they took his CG face and then, you know, aged it. I don't know. Let me in the comments below. Let me know. But this time around, I really loved it. Here is my ratings for film. Yeah, I love the first season of Mandalorian, don't get me wrong. I really loved it to death. And didn't care for the second one, like I said, but I love this series way more, the Boba Fett series way more than the second season and the first season of Mandalorian. I can't wait to see what they do with the Obi-Wan series. I'm so excited for that. Was not a Mandalorian bounty hunter category type of fan up until I saw season 2, the episode with Boba Fett. Actually, technically, I was more starting to get there with season 1 of Mandalorian with Mando. But I was more of I grew up with the first 6. Okay, I can't count my fingers, but what do you do? The first 6 videos of movies that came out, and they were all Jedi, so I was more familiar with Jedi, not with this. But I definitely loved it, and I felt that, again, that 6th episode really, really had a lot of love and a lot of the old Star Wars feel to it. And there was definitely some other episodes in there that had that kind of feel in it, especially with the Darksaber. They did some more with that. I can't wait to see more of that. But let me in the comments below what your thoughts are. And maybe you can explain to me what the whole timeline is with, excuse my pronunciation of her character, which I love her. It's another bonus I loved in the second season of Mandalorian was Ahsoka Tano. Between Luke being his age, and she in the cartoons being with a young his father, who turns into Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, right? So my only thing I can come up with, as you can tell me, is how old is she? Does she age? Because I know she's kind of an alien human hybrid type of thing, you know, like an alien thing, what we consider aliens. So let me know in the comments below. There's definitely some questions with that with me, considering I haven't seen the cartoon at all, or the other cartoons. So but yeah, that is all I got for you. Love you all. Please stay safe and have a nice day. Skol.